Hello everyone, and welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. It's been a pretty long while since I last touched this game, and this game actually got an update like 3 days ago. Hold on, OBS is showing that my voice is not loud enough. Hello Gator, welcome to the stream. It sure is time to loathe. Apparently, according to Steam, this game got, got an update like 3 days ago, which is kind of crazy. Oh, okay, cool. Good to know that my voice is fine. But yeah, this game got like an update like 3 days ago, and apparently it's mostly to address like a vulnerability in the Unity engine. But there's also like, apparently they also like did some balance changes. It's not like super significant, but I'm surprised to see any updates at all for this game, considering how like it's not like there's a DLC or anything. I need to check my quests. Rufus wants you to get an antenna from a building at the Pukwudgie village in Great County. Iola wants you to get a glass of milk from Milkman Stan. Grover needs some fertilizer from Grode Valley Orchard in Great County. Farina asks you to recover a special bean-based engine. Oskaloosa wants you to collect a piece of meteorite from the Malaros place in Great County. That is a lot of quests. God, to be honest, I feel like maybe Shadows Over Loathing is not the game I should have chosen for streaming today, because so like, hold on, let's get going first. Let's go to the Pukwudgie people. The house on the corner has abandoned its front garden to squalor. It is a disgraceful vision. Flowers give up and die. Tomatoes roll down the road into traffic. Carrots grow in reverse until they pop out of existence. You must do something. Tend the garden. You spend a hot afternoon fixing the garden until the owner comes home and chases you down the street with a saucepan. As you look back from far down the road, the carrots now grow as tall as the house. What the fuck? A miniature firehouse. You hear some Pukwudgie milling around inside. Let's kill them for fun. But yeah, maybe this game is not the game I should have chosen for a stream today, because last weekend, was it last weekend? Yes, it was last weekend. Last weekend I went to this karaoke party and I sang my heart out until like 1 a.m. And needless to say, my voice is actually kind of weak right now. Like, I had a day to like recover, and I even got these like medicinal fucking I even got these fucking medicinal cough drops. So it's like, it's not like I haven't had the time to recover, but even now I can still feel it in my throat. So it's probably not the best idea that I decided to play a game that requires me to read a lot. So, ooh, arson charm. Interesting. I like how they called this the orange Pukwudgie hat, because like, this is a monochrome game. How are you even supposed to tell it's orange? Yeah, thank you. I'll definitely like stop streaming if I like feel like my voice can't handle it anymore. The firehouse's ardor has cooled. A miniature jewelry store. It looks like it's closed. Let's open it for business. You punch a hole through the back wall of the store and take everything that fits you. We got an old engagement ring, a pourquoi bangle. Huh. And cheese ringling. A ringling is like a small version of a ring. This one is made of dried cheese and goes on either your pinky or a cracker. Your summoned elementals will be more powerful. I've never gotten that ring before. The Pukwudgie Hospital is a place of healing. Ah, I got poisoned. Hello Winter, welcome to the stream. We're fighting Pukwudgies, which are basically like these little, I guess, fairy elf things. They're very annoying. So I'm just gonna blast them with cheese. until they die. You reduce the hospital's payroll obligations by 100%. Oh yeah, the spiders just an ad. It's because I have the arachnophilia option turned on. Medicine bag. This bag contains the latest in Pukwudgie medical technology. From the smell of it, they seem to have recently discovered a lot of mentholatum. But yeah, in case you're wondering, there's an option here. So in this game, there's arachnophobia, which will completely remove spiders from the game. And then there's arachnophilia, which will make sure at least one spider appears every single encounter. And the arachnophonia, which turns all combat sounds into spider noises. I will show you what that sounds like. A high-rise Pukwudgie apartment building. You could easily rile a few of them up if you bang on some windows. Literally every combat sound gets turned into spider noises. He successfully evicted that family of Pukwudgies. We're just killing them for no reason. But yeah, that's arachnophonia. Well, you don't see any actual antennas on any of the buildings, but this fire escape ladder has the basic qualities Rufus asked for. Let's grab it. You wrench the ladder off the fire escape. Have fun with that, you little jerks. A miniature fire escape ladder you stole from some miniature jerks. If they die in a miniature apartment fire, you'll shed a miniature tear. The sign says Pukwudgie Village, estimate July 22nd, 1828. That's weirdly specific. Is it estimate? Is that what that stands for? By the temperature and architecture, you'd say this is an ice house. You peek inside the ice house. It's full of big, plump, chilled grubs. Delicious. Through the daylight, you can see the Pukwudgie massage therapist hard at work. God, the masseuse massage and attack animation is so gross. Wow, they have a lot of fucking HP. Hold on. How am I gonna kill these guys? Maybe I should be using Mind Melt more. None of them have high mysticality. I'm just gonna blast them with cheese. The machine gun method is still the most efficient way at clearing out large crowds. You rub down. God, that's so gross. The Pukwudgie massage oil, a blend of fine oils including mineral, olive, and used motor. Yeah, no, the cheese blasting is so effective. The parlor is now devoid of pleasure. These barracks must be where the Pukwudgie keep their little army. I still love how we're just like slaughtering the shit out of these little fairy elf guys for no reason. Like, I don't think the game ever actually gave you a reason as to why they're enemies other than that they're annoying. The standing army is now lying down. We got a Pukwudgie shank. The Pukwudgie army is now AWOL. Yeah, no, I have so many shadow minions. It is crazy. Shadow Pickle. Yeah, we still have the plant dog. We're gonna get the plant dog ending, so let's go see Rufus. Hey, Rufus. Oh, hold on. Oh, hello again. I found an antenna. Well, a thing that is more or less like an antenna. Yeah, an actual antenna was probably too much to hope for, but this ought to do the trick pretty well. Thanks. Is that all you needed? Nope. See, I can't just solder this onto the pearl because, well, because it's a pearl. Soldering doesn't work like that. How about glue? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but it has to be a glue with some pretty specific technical properties. Don't worry, I won't bore you with the specifications. Thanks, you know me pretty well, huh? You remind me of my sister in a couple of ways. Anyway, do you know about the burbling ooze? The first time I went to college, I had a roommate who had to get penicillin shots for that. What is that, the bubonic plague? No, I'm talking about a weird tar pit out in the Gray County. Oh yeah, I know of the place. Oh man, this is gonna be gross, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, I need a handful of slime from the ooze's core, and it has to be a handful specifically, not e.g. a bucket. Gross! Science is gross sometimes, that's just how it is. Ah, thank you for the short posture redeem, Winter. I could use some rehydration. Slime time. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, last weekend I sang a lot of karaoke, so my voice is like, my throat is like really sore right now. Like, even though I already had like a day to rest my voice, like it's still kind of rough. That's just what happens when you sing for like 3 hours really loudly though. Yeah, no, science gets pretty gross, but at the same time I feel like that's what makes it fun, you know? Cause then that means you get to do gross stuff in the name of science. Ah, there's an ominous crack in the sky, and in the space of a single charged second, the wide farm road is drenched with fast falling rain that bites to the bone. It's farm rain, alright. Cold and ice and twice as nasty. The long and level plains of this country offer no shelter except perhaps for a lone house you spy off in the distance, perhaps half a mile to the east. I'm just gonna keep going where I'll check out the Borge House later. Hello, Manager Bunny. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the posture redeem. Winter just redeemed it, but well, I get to have extra better posture now. Hello, Xstab Prime. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I played StarCraft. I almost said Lovecraft. Honestly, at some point, I want to play StarCraft 1 because that game is such a classic. I just gotta find the I just gonna like find the time to actually get back into it because I'm just so busy with work lately. Aw, you're such a monster, the Pukwudgie's perspective, then they made a statue of you. I like how they make a statue of just like the ugly fish head. Anyways, this Pukwudgie statue is actually really good. Because if we flirt with it, you ask yourself what you're doing later. Loving thyself, we get +1 Moxie. This statue basically just gives you a +1 buff to one of your stats, and since Moxies are lowest, I figured we'd grab that. Burbling ooze. Alright, let's get some ooze. Slowly, partly due to the slime's viscosity, and partly so you don't make it angry, you wade out into the middle of the ooze, then you stick your hand down into it with a glorp sound. Your skin tingles, and you get a faint sense of deja vu that you can't quite put a finger on. You pull your hand out, bearing a handful of stuff exactly like the rubbery, glistening black slime that collects in bathroom sink drains from bacteria feasting on soap scum, toothpaste spit, and decomposing hair. If you don't know the stuff I mean, consider yourself lucky. You can't tell if it's actually twitching or if that's just the nerves in your skin trying to get away. Yeah, no, it's kind of funny that we got a weird fish head. Like, that's just a condition you can get in the game. Man, I had to clean the bathroom drain. I had to clean the bathroom drain the other day, and it was pretty gross. I always hate cleaning drains. Alright. I know what the next step to the burbling ooze thing is, but I'm just gonna read the Rufus dialogue first. I got your ooze. Here, please take it. This is really unpleasant. Sorry, but you need to keep that for the next part. This is the last thing, I promise. Okay, what is it? There's a strange well in Grey County, like an old-fashioned wishing well, except when you put something into it that starts with the letter H, it comes back, changed. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Wait, is that why it had to be a handful? Just because of the H? Yep. That's so dumb! I could have used hamper? Haversack? I don't need that much. You're also gonna need some intense stench resistance to carry that stuff back here. It's gonna smell really bad. How much? I don't know, about 5? 5 sounds about right. Alright, I can probably swing that. Good luck. Don't get any of it in your mouth or eyes, or anywhere really. I love the weird logic that the game employs. Word reaches you that the folk in this land are in need of a horse whisperer, specifically someone to whisper at this particular horse named Jeff to stop eating horse flesh, because it's making the farmers uncomfortable. Is it really ethical to tell a horse what to eat? Alright, where's the ooze? You put the... What? You put the ooze in the bucket, and then remember Rufus warned you you need at least 5 stench resistance to tolerate carrying this stuff back. Or at least you can stuff it so deep in your backpack that it won't matter. Guess you better take care of that for... What's our stench resistance? 3. We just need 2 more. Books. Do we not have a stench resistance book? Guess not. Okay, let's eat something to increase our stench resist. Pate de toilet. Anything else? False cheese. Swamp honey? Why do I have such random food items? Ah, fuck it, I'll just eat some swamp honey. You eat the honey, it's very sticky, making you really wish you had some milk to go with it. We're now honeyed up. Now we can handle the ooze. You put the ooze in the bucket and lower it into the well. When you bring it back up, it's thicker, blacker, and burning angrily. And even with your stench armor, you can tell that it is foul. We got a glob of burning pitch. This wad of tar burns with the fires of hell, which is different from normal fire in that it literally hates you rather than just being coincidentally ouchy. It smells terrible. That's what we used our honey for. Alright, Rufus. Okay, here's your fire glob. You notice that Rufus has plugged his nose with what looks like cement. Excellent. Once I refine this a little, it'll make the perfect magical glue to assemble my device with. Is that all you need? Sure is, and I can't thank you enough for all your help. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I definitely wouldn't have gotten this far without you. Ah, don't mention it, Rufus. Good luck finding your sister. Oh, hello again. I'm still working on refining the glue. This stuff is foul. Thanks again for your assistance. I really appreciate it. Happy to help. Good luck finding your sister. There we go. We finished the Rufus quest line. Let's see. That's one side quest down. Let's go to the Borge House. Despite the bankrupt desolation and violent incursions from the oil barons, the farmland still possesses a pastoral beauty, but that too is shattered when the cursed compass curls its black needle like a tongue and flickers east-westwardly at a mailbox. There's a letter inside, its seal evaporated with age. It's from an army private to the woman who lives at this address, apologizing for stealing her deceased husband's identity in the war. Seemed like a good laugh at the time, he writes, but few seem to appreciate the humor. He encloses the husband's wedding ring. Who does it really belong to at this point anyways? Grindstone ring. Alright, here's the Borge's house. This one's fun. On the inside, it also says Borge. Oh look, it's another one of those picket fences Will Hunter asked you about. No need to keep painting them. Having fulfilled the conditions to overturn Will Hunter's curse, there is nothing further to be gained by painting excess fences. Except by certain aesthetic standards, a more beautiful world. Let's paint it for a more beautiful world. It has no obvious impact on any curses anywhere, but it's a nice clean fence is its own reward. Alright, let's go inside the Borge house. This quaint and well-maintained farmhouse appears to be the only settled farmstead in the area. It must be lonely with no neighbors to meet or sugar to borrow. Those with neighbors know that they can't go 5 minutes without asking each other for a cup of sugar. It is one of the main things they do, just trading the same sugar back and forth, never gaining anything. Knock. A voice, muffled and gruff, shouts back. Who's that there? I like your farm. I can't hear you over the rain. Ah! Barker is eating. Barker is too engrossed in whatever is in that dish to respond to you. Oh god, sorry, my voice. Hey y'all, welcome to the stream. It's kind of cute seeing Barker eat like that. It's got his leaf mouth just like... Both the painting and the church it depicts are in sore need of restoration. Just embarrassing works all around. A pair of muddy boots, much too big for your feet. Old farmhouse door. A quaint little side table. Anything in a farmhouse is quaint. Nothing. A tad disappointing really. Would have loved to find some rusty knickknacks or a rural stock. I hate trying to pronounce that word. Stocks. Stocks. I don't know how to pronounce it. The farmer clears his throat as you reach towards the handle. He probably doesn't want you prying, and who can blame him? The old farmer is tanned and callous all over from either a lifetime of farm work or a fall into a vat at the leather factory. Look at you, you're soaked from the bone to the rain. Quick, you must make yourself warm. There's hot spaghetti on the stove and towels in the wardrobe. The boots should be far apart. So true, though. You have any sugar? Yes. 150-pound bag of sugar? The average adult eats one of these a day if you put a gun to their head. Oh, wow, okay. You're welcome here, stranger, so to share my food and my warmth. But I have one rule by which you must abide. What is it? You must not look at my daughter.
Why not? This isn't for your question. I simply tell you, you must not look at my daughter. Fine, I won't.
Oh, there's his daughter. Guess we mustn't look at her. A barren fireplace. A terrible breach of etiquette to see a dining table before the dinner is served. Yeah, I guess, I mean, 150 pounds of sugar is like, what, 60, 70 kilograms? We have to walk really weirdly now because we can't turn around. The handle is rough and worn. Soft handles of our city doors. The porcelain tub is filled to the brim with lukewarm water. I don't think there's anything we need here yet. Yeah, she's really boxing us in here. It's a small kitchen, but enough to feed a farmer and the distaff shambler looming at your back. The first cupboard you open is bare, but for a glass baby bottle, its rubber teeth freshly vulcanized.
The spaghetti is on the stove, Lydia, not in the cabinet.
I'll take the bottle. There's no baby around here anyways. Just because you're the bottle does not mean that you're a baby. A super creek would love that though. Hello, Fifi man, welcome to the stream.
The spaghetti is in the pot.
Why does he have so many tables? An unbroken coil of thick spaghetti shimmers, eel-like, in the discolored copper pot. It cannot even be called a spaghetti at this point. You wrap the strand up in a tight ball and put it in the shallow dish. We got a strand of spaghetti. The bony frame of the farmer's daughter twitches in your peripheral. Don't look at her. Having given up its spaghetti, the pot of water is merely clouded with glutinous reminder of past pasta. Oh yeah, no, this game takes place in like the 1920s, I believe. Yeah, this game takes place in like the 1920s. It's not clear if you're allowed to look at a picture of the farmer's daughter or her relatives. Phew, nothing happened. Maybe this is a farmer's daughter. There's the daughter's farmoir. The ghost of pasta is a good soup. I've never tried that actually. Silently, the door yawns apart, revealing a wardrobe consisting largely of ribbons. Seems impractical for life on a farm, and so does the lamp oil sat. What? And so does the oil lamp sat atop the farmoir, clearly out of the girl's reach. I'm gonna ask about the ribbons.
What's your favorite thing about ribbons?
There's no reply, only the vague sense of change in the energy in the air.
You want to hear what I like about the ribbons?
Her fast, shallow breathing picks up its pace.
I can make them whatever length I want.
Her rapid, sporadic breaths slow to a soft drone.
Need any help with that lamp? Need me to light it?
Somehow, against the constant patter of the rain on the roof, you hear a squelch of her. You hear the squelch of her blinking eyes.
It's pretty high up.
Squelch, squelch. 4 is weirdly erotic. What, the I can put him in a box one? You're in Thailand now. Whoa, that's cool. Never been to Thailand before. I know a lot of people in Japan go there though. Let's light the lamp. Turning the burner raises the wick into the clouded chimney, but the lamp doesn't ignite. Might be out of oil. Let's open the lamp. Why, that explains why the darn thing won't light. There's no wick in the lamp at all, but a thick iron key. Oh, I can tie it on myself one. Yeah, no, that's true. That is pretty good. A mysterious key found in the chimney of an oil lamp. Somewhere there's a wick stuck in the lock.
Did you know that there's a key in here?
She's breathing on your neck.
Is it the key to your heart?
The hair on your neck is shriveling up.
I'm just kidding.
A hair, not yours, brushes your skin.
I don't mean to be inappropriate.
You hear the clatter of teeth colliding.
Okay, great.
So, you might be thinking, well, we still can't turn around, but notice something here. Hold on, I need a drink. You might think we're still stuck going in the same direction, but notice something here. She is standing in front of the folding screen and we are standing behind it. This means we can turn around without seeing her, because there's a folding screen in the way, so we can't see her face. What this woman is thinking, watching you... What is this woman thinking, watching you inspect her bed? I have a bed too. Don't look at the farmer's daughter and do not ask about her bed. This is the first thing you've seen growing on this farm. That's the door to the bathroom. This is really weird, isn't it? Something's terribly wrong with this house. No towels in the bathroom? This could either be a wash basin or a toilet. Who knows what goes on at this farm? I don't want to use it because I feel like I might turn around if I do. I'm not gonna use it. Because I don't want to use it and then turn around and see her. That would be really bad. If you're wondering what happens if you turn around to look at her, the entire house just gets warped out of existence. Deltarune #1 bed inspector. The porcelain tub is filled to the brim with lukewarm water. A marble bust of Michelangelo's David, severed from the neck down to avoid causing public offense. It offends me still. Avoiding public offense in most cases. Knock it over. David lies in pieces, which would suggest that you are mightier than even Mr. Goliath. Cracking open David's head has revealed a thin key where his brain ought to have been. We got a thin key. If you found this key inside a bust of Michelangelo's David, who knows what you might find in the real thing? Have a look next time you're in Florence. Feeling like Orpheus. The eyes of David look at the clawed feet of the bathtub. The door is protected by a dual lock system. There's a locksmith term meaning two locks. Untop the top lock and unlock the bottom lock. The thin key from inside the bus easily unlocks the bottom lock. You really busted your way in, huh? This must be the farmer Borge's bed. You don't see any signs of a spouse. Maybe he's literally married to his work? Oh, okay. Hello, this farmer's been keeping an old bottle of Amaro under his pillow. Red drink at night, farmer's delight, as they say. The last of the Amaro is pooled in the bottom of the sticky brown bottle. Steal it. Aha, the bottle says the Amaro is a digestive. This could be a real help with your underactive bowels. Who told you about that? Farmer's telephone. No sooner has the receiver touched your ear than a thickly accented voice is wailing down the lines.
Fetch her back, Borge. Oh, do you hear me, Borge? Fetch her back. Let her not go. I'm here with Borge's daughter.
The wail intensifies and distorts before terminating completely.
Operator?
You hear nothing. A telephone line without an operator? What is happening in this strange house? Girl be stealing. That's just what RPG heroes do, you know? Didn't the farmer say he's kept his towels in the wardrobe? Drath, the dark oak doors are locked. What is with this house of locks and keys? Does the farmer not want you to use his towels or not?
Don't believe everything my father says. What do you mean? Are the towels somewhere else?
You decide to risk it and turn around to face the farmer's daughter. At last you see her, and hiding in the thick of her electric hair, a silvery ring hanging by a chain around her neck. This is the only time you get to look at her. If you look at her at any time prior to this moment, the house will destroy itself. This was the only time you get to look at her in the face.
Could I have been looking at you this whole time?
She makes no move to speak and her eyes elude you.
Who are you?
Nothing in reply but the ragged rise and fall of her hot, frustrated breath. You get the feeling you're wasting her time.
Can I have that key?
The key lies perfectly still at her throat.
I mean, it's on a chain, so can I lift over your head or...
The chain shimmers between the long strands of her dark hair.
Or just rip it off or something.
She might not even be listening.
Like in one big yank.
She might not even be looking at you. Take the key. Carefully, you reach for the key at her throat and take the cold metal in your palm. At this slight pressure, the chain breaks and the key is yours. We got a daughter's key. The key to a father's wardrobe is around his daughter's neck.
Thanks for the gift.
As the wardrobe... Okay. You unlock the wardrobe and open it. Well, the old farmer was telling the truth after all. He did have a towel, and here it is, a white cotton number, warm and neatly folded at the bottom of the wardrobe. You reach over the towel. It is so inviting.
The rain has made you wet. You can take the towel. Good, I want to.
She makes no sign of having heard you.
You can take the towel and become dry, but if you do, know that there is one rule. You must not look at my father.
Tinder chats.
But I've already looked at your dad. You must not look at my father.
I'll take the towel. You grab the towel. We got a farm towel. This towel healeth for twice your muscle, and the towel cureth all negative status effects. Look at you shivering from the farm rain. Take the farmer's towel, it'll help you. Gosh, it's soft. Boy, it's soft. No towel has ever dried you so quickly or warmed you so completely. The pounding farm rain and the gloom of the house are banished in an instant, and you feel stronger and healthier than you have in weeks. This is a special towel. Hand wash only, though. It sure is a good-ass towel. Oh, shit. There's Farmer Borge. We cannot turn around to look at him. The door is bolted from the inside. I'm on the inside. Oh, yes. Well, go ahead, then. You unlock the deadbolt on the door. Let's just leave. Phew, we survived the Borge's house. I'm not gonna go back inside. We actually survived the Borge's house without it getting destroyed, and that's an achievement. Like, I'm pretty sure that this is literally an achievement for making it out of the house without it getting blown up. Oh, why do I have a fish head? It's because I drank from a shadow grail that I obtained from a shadow area, and I became corrupted into a fish. Yeah. I drank from the shadow grail and it made me a fish. I don't really want to go to the Mole Ross house. Let's go to the Grode Valley Orchard. You find a sickly tree growing out of a 6-inch deep puddle of crude oil. It's exuding some of the greasiest sap you've ever seen. Yeah, no, the fish head has like 0 gameplay implications. None of the NPCs even acknowledge that you have a fish. Which is kind of funny. They just act like this is normal. Yeah, it sure is a warm party. A fretful looking young lady sits behind the fruit stand.
Hi, I'm Maggie. Welcome to the Grode Valley Orchard, I guess. Hi, I'm Lydia. You seem to have, kind of a worm problem. Yeah, I'm pretty conflicted about it. On one hand, I'm an anti-capitalist. On the other hand, those worms are really bad for business. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Maggie sighs and taps her finger on the counter. Yeah, no, the music in this area is really good. I really like this track. The hat picture does. Yeah, no, that's true. The hat picture guy does put your fish head on the sign, but like nobody thinks it's weird.
You said you're an anti-capitalist? Yeah, I guess. You don't sound particularly enthused. Well, it's not a very good year for that field of counterculture. The Wobblies had a huge schism 4 years ago. Anarchism is super unpopular right now, and I'm almost 40 years too early to be a hippie. I guess if I hold out for another 25 years or so, I can be a beatnik, but I don't really like poetry, and that doesn't rhyme.
I always find it really funny when in loathing games, they just casually reference the future. Like, it's just something everyone knows is gonna happen. Everyone knows that the hippies are gonna come into existence like 40 years later. Yeah, no, I guess the 20s are very progressive with fish people.
Gosh, that's rough. Do you have any spare fertilizer? What do you need fertilizer for? Well, it's not for me, it's for a guy I know. You don't have to be cagey about it, it's just fertilizer. It's not drugs or pornography or anything. What? No, seriously, it's for someone else. Uh-huh. Well, I do have plenty. I could give you some in exchange for helping out with these worms. I kind of figured that would be the deal, yeah.
Oh, whoops. Oh, funny enough, this is gonna come up later, but like the people we're working with at the shop are literally anarchists. You won't find that out until later, but like you'll see when we actually get there.
Okay, I'll do it. Great, I'll unlock the basement. The worms tunneled into it, so you should be able to follow the tunnels to the nest. Your produce stand has a basement? It doesn't even have a roof. The guy who built it was really into basements. Roofs, not so much. I didn't have the heart to insist. I see. Where is it? Behind this pile of cinder blocks. Help me move them out of the way so you can see it.
The two of you shift the piles of cinder blocks, and Maggie unlocks the trapdoor. I'm not really that knowledgeable. Especially about American history, actually. I suck at American history. It's like the one history that I'm really bad at.
There you go. By the way, watch out for Maraschino down there. Who's Maraschino? Our cat. She's our last line of defense against the worms. Kind of also our first line. Not very effective. It's hard to explain communal labor practices to a cat. Can I buy some cherries? It's not cherry season. When's cherry season? Who's to say? What season is it now even? I think it's canonically October. Definitely not cherry season then.
I think it's canonically October. I love the way they say that. Cats do not dream of labor. So true. This pile of cinder blocks is the area's only masonry of note. Yeah, no, to be fair, American history is pretty short. I just never paid attention in American history class in high school, to be honest. Like, I took European history, and that was pretty interesting, but when I took American history, I just could not pay any attention at all. Actually, you know what? I think part of the reason why I wasn't able to focus in American history class was because, like, the teacher teaching that class was a total MILF, and I had a huge crush on her. Like, every single class, I would just be, like, mesmerized staring at her. And, like, I just wouldn't hear a single thing she said. Like, I was kind of a bad I mean, to be fair, I was, like, 15 at the time, so... The Alamo, you mean, like, the battle with Texas and Mexico? That's all I know about it. Somebody has attached a very small, very bad house to this truck. No, there's no way that house contains anything of use to a non-hippie. But hippies don't exist yet. Ah, the last cherries of the season. You pick the cherries, but they immediately dissolve into a spooky mist. Ah, it's not actually that scary. I would have. Yeah, no, that teacher, I'm pretty sure that teacher knew I had a crush on her because, you know, I was a teenager and teenagers are really terrible at hiding crushes. Like, teenagers are, like, the worst at hiding crushes, so I'm 100% sure she knew that I had a crush on her. And I also told like one other teacher that I had a crush on that teacher, so it's like, and I'm pretty sure the teachers talk to each other, so it's like I'm 100% sure that the teacher I had a crush on knew because she heard it from the other teacher who went like, hey, you know that one student, like she told me this, and so it's like I'm pretty sure like she 100% knew, but that doesn't really matter. I remember like in sophomore year I took her psychology class, and like I was pretty into it. Substitution in Texas. They only teach Texas history? What the hell? For some reason that is extremely Texas for them to only teach Texas history. Teenage OPSEC. There's no OPSEC for teenagers. A bunch of bags of fertilizer. More than anyone could use in a lifetime, assuming they only needed one bag every 4 to 5 years. You heave a massive bag onto your shoulder, then effortlessly, that's a typo, stuff it into your pocket. Technically, you aren't entitled to this until you finish after you finish dealing with the worms, but I guess I can't stop you any more than Maggie can. We got 240 pounds of fertilizer. Now you might be asking yourself, why would anybody need 240 pounds of fertilizer? But don't worry your pretty little head, baby. They do US history, that's funny. Whatever this machine does, it isn't doing it right now. The machine appears to be missing a part, a worm gear by the looks of things. Whatever that is. Someone left an old toolbox down here, unless they left it a long time ago when it was new. We got an awl and self-adhesive rivets. This worm tunnel looks big enough for you to crawl through. This tunnel is clogged with nasty smelling growed worm offal. You scrape up the parts that smell the strongest. Enjoy! We got fragrant growed worm secretions. This glob of nasty smelling worm pheromones will surely communicate something. And we also got growed worm stink, which decreases our max AP. Great! The secretion just lets you skip the worm fights, but I don't want to skip the worm fights because I actually want to do the worm fights. You had a teacher who used to be a model? That's pretty crazy. Oh shit, I just noticed the cat. This must be Maraschino. You reach out to pet Maraschino, but she wrinkles her nose and recoils. She must not like the horrible worm stench you've acquired. Whoopsies, I'll clean that off later. Alright, worm tunnel, here we go. Those sure are some worms. Ah, a lithe enough spelunker could squeeze through this opening. We don't need to skip the worm fight though. I actually want to do the worm fight. Some growed worms are in your way. Let's fight them. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna tell a story about the psychology class I took in sophomore year of high school. For those who don't know, sophomore year means the second year of high school. So I was like 16 at the time. So basically, yeah, I have a lot of minions. So basically, like when I was in like when I was in my second year of high school and I took a psychology class with a really hot MILF teacher, it was a class I enjoyed a lot because that teacher was also very quirky in a lot of ways. Bite. Chomp. Nice. We got worm squeezings, worm oil, and a worm skin hat band. You won! Let no one ever say you couldn't beat up a bunch of big worms. Do we already have a hat band? I already have a hat band. A sloppy little pile of worm egg casings. We got more secretions. Let's fight some more worms. But yeah, that teacher was very quirky. When she was doing the unit about cults, like cargo cults in America, in psychology class, she wanted to do an assignment where we had to use cult strategies to try to convince the freshman students into doing good behaviors. Which, you know, that sounds totally insane, but that was also just part of her quirk, and I was actually super on board with the idea. Specifically, I really wanted to take advantage of the situation to just extort money out of the freshman students. Oh yeah, freshman means first year. So first year students. Looks like your new nickname is Early Bird. But yeah, I was kind of a little freak back then, so I really wanted to just extort money from students. This hole is lubricated worm goo. It would be the work of a moment to plunge through it. You're not sure what this is, but it reeks of worm flesh. Who got more worm goo? Part of her quirk, like she's a hero. But yeah, unfortunately, we never got to do that assignment because she realized there just wasn't enough time left in the semester for us to fit in that assignment, so we just never got to do it, which is really unfortunate because I actually really wanted to do it. I feel like it would have been a lot of fun to deploy cult strategies for academic purposes. Oh no, Hero Aka, My Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Academia, whatever that is called. Let's see. Which worm can I kill? These worms all have such low mysticality that I think using Queso Fustalento is actually better. You made a retrial of Robespierre? That sounds so much fun! What the hell? God, that sounds like so much fun. You were Robespierre? Oh my god. That's crazy. Oh yeah, have I ever used pollen spew? Barker just spews a bunch of pollen. Yeah, no, I was like a little sociopath back then, so I was super into the idea of starting a cult. A large group of growed worms. That is a pretty large group, actually. Shit. I'm glad I have a shit ton of shadow minions to just soak up the damage, though. But hold on, I need to throw a bomb or something. This is a lot of worms. Go ice bomb. Another one. Another one. Okay, that's enough bombs. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, you know. And obviously, you know, starting a cult isn't exactly a good thing because you won, take that, worms, eat shit. Oh, they do that anyway. Alright, this is a distressingly large bore wormhole. Oh, hold on, there's a shadow rift. Before we deal with that worm, we're the fruit ninja. Hold on, how do I hit these things? Okay, these things are pretty hard to hit because they're kind of small. Why are we this fruit ninja? There we go. A throbbing ring of negative energy around a floating apple. Take the apple. You reach into the ring of energy and grab the apple. You ask, who is the fairest of them all? The portal's only response was a snapshot with an eerie pop. Oh my god! One of these a day banishes the doctor to oblivion. Increases all your stats by 13! Oh my god! That is so strong! Forget the pocket watch, I want the shadow apple. Holy shit. Oh geez, this is a very large worm. Even I wasn't expecting it to be this big. Alright, let's go, worm. Oh, Rufa sent a robot to help. I have like a full party here of 9, oh my god. That grove worm isn't even strong enough to warrant such a gigantic party. Bite the apple for 13 stats. Yeah, no, god, this is crazy. I can steal 1 stat from everyone. I'm gonna do it. How much stat do I have now? 31! Okay. Pew. How much can it attack for? 56 physical damage! This is such overkill. You won! The giant worm shrieks and retreats into its burrow. You hear some rumbling sounds throughout the cavern as the rest of the worms follow its lead. It leaves enough loose skin for you to quickly make a pair of boots out of. That's gross. Did you know that in each pair of these, one is female and the other is male? Yeah, no, I imagine Thai fruit will be crazy because, like, we can do the worm now. Because, like, tropical places always have really good fruit. I miss having, like, easy access to, like watermelons for cheap and stuff, and, like, papayas and mangoes and stuff. I have not played 100 Line Last Defense Academy. I've heard about it, though. Massive pile of cast-off worm skin. We got a nasty little worm pellet. We can open it. You slice open the worm pellet and empty its contents into your hand. We got an old wallet, a rush ring. This fraternity ring was originally bestowed on the pledge that ran the fastest in the humiliating new race. And a screwdriver. You're sure that these 3 items represent some compelling environmental storytelling, but you can't make heads or tails of what it all might mean. Uncensored. Yeah, no, I've heard about the game. The Cult of Takumi. Ah, damn, I can't translate the hobo code. Oh well. Oh, hold on, there's a shiny black metal thing in this pile of rocks. It's a gear, a worm gear. How apropos. They call it a worm gear because it's really unpleasant to get one stuck in your head. I imagine so. I imagine that applies for most things. Yeah, no spoilers about the game. I don't know if I'll ever get around to... No way are you following down to that hole. Not for all the fertilizer in the world. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll play that game on stream or if I'll get that game at all, but no spoilers for others in the chat, since it's still fairly new. Yeah, I still have to get through both East and Devil May Cry. I also want to do StarCraft 1 at some point too. I've been playing a lot of Age of Empires 2, so I've been really getting on that, you know, RTS kick, so... This machine appears to be missing a part, a worm gear. The machine is busily producing low-frequency thumps. If you're wondering if you didn't want to fight the giant worm boss, or if you're going for a pacifist run, this is how you get rid of the boss. You just put in the worm gear. We still can't pet the cat though, because we still stink like worms. Maggie smiles and taps her finger rhythmically on the counters.
I dealt with the worms. I noticed. Help yourself to the fertilizer down there if you haven't already. Here, let me throw in a little bonus. We experimented with preserving our cherries in jars, but nobody bought them. Probably because nobody wanted 5 gallons of them all at once.
We got a 5-gallon jar of maraschino cherries. This is slightly more maraschino cherries than were recently found in Lenin's colony. Oh yeah, we were in the 1920s. This is like... This is when the Soviet Union was still pretty young. You ended up 100%ing 100 lines? Oh. Damn, must be a really good game.
Oh, huh. Maraschino cherries? Yeah, we named them after the cat. Thanks. You know, it's a little weird that we got through this whole deal without ever referencing The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chekhov. Yeah, I guess. I've never read it though. Yeah, me neither. Can I buy some okay.
Still no cherries. I have heard that it's pretty long. You know, I have so many items that just come in huge bulk for some reason. Hold on, I need to get rid of the worm stink. A few weeks, oh wow. Where can I go to wash my face if the worm stink? Whoa! I just got hit by lightning. There we go. No more worm stink. The prologue is a full-length game. Jesus, that's so long. I do have a massive party. They do need everything to share. Anyways, I want to go. Oh, on the road, you pass a farmer slumped in a wooden chair. He rocks back and forth on his front porch, although there's no house behind him.
Looking for an old ham hill. It's our way, though it hasn't been blown for some time. I don't care about an old ham hill. That's what they all say. It sounds like the old ham hill is not very interesting then. Maybe not since it stopped blowing. Aye, that old ham mill hasn't blown for some time. Oh, but when the old ham hill did blow, every man and woman in these parts had such a smile on their face. Oh, but you can't smell smile without mill, and so I won't smile till the mill blows again. That's not how you spell smile. City girl, huh? Out here we use the farm alphabet.
I'm not gonna go to the mill yet. Jesus, 100 hours again. That's so long for a prologue. Good God. Hey, Maraschino. Maraschino sniffs your hand, then bumps her face against it with a purr. Looks like your smell has been approved. Oh, hold on. I didn't pet the dream cat. I forgot. You didn't get a chance to pet the dream cat in the Gray County chapter, so we haven't pet a cat this whole time. Well, we get to pet Marishina now. Oh yeah, I heard about the Louvre being robbed. That shit's crazy. I'm glad we still have good heist stories nowadays. It's been a while since we had a good heist. Let's see. Let's go to the Ford compound. In the midst of a burned out orchard, you happen upon an apple tree that is on fire. The apples dissolve into a sizzling mess when you touch them. You keep the sizzling mess out of spite. It was the crown jewels of some monarch. Rows and rows of soybeans as far as the eye can see. A tumultuous bean storm is preventing access to this bunkhouse. You should find somebody who knows more about beans than you and ask them how to deal with this. It's a festering pile of decomposing soybeans. Oh boy. We got Festulant Grouch. Whatever this building was, it isn't one anymore. By the way, there's only one NPC that you can talk to about the beans, and funnily enough, it's Rufus.
You know anything about bean magic?
Oh sure, it was popular out north a few years back, but then they discovered a certain frequency of sound that made it stop working entirely, so nobody really uses it anymore.
Huh, I don't suppose you have any kind of a weird science device that generates that frequency, do you?
It just so happens that a plastic whistle that they gave away in cereal boxes a few years ago generates exactly that tone. I think I might have one still somewhere around here. Yeah, here you go. We got a 5700 hertz whistle, the frequency at which beans stop working.
Thanks.
Okay. Soybeans in America. This is the 1920s. This game, they do really love their bad smells for some reason. Suddenly, the air is split by a terrible noise, a combined roar, screech, howl, like a banshee slowly being crushed under a steamroller. Barker takes off towards the sounds, which is, frankly, is not to your preference. You follow after him and stumble upon the derelict farm's animal enclosure. The pen you find contains the worst rooster you've ever seen. It's fully 4 feet tall and has glowing red eyes. Barker yaps at it excitedly. Oh my god, I cannot do a dog noise right now. My throat is way too shot to do this. I'm sorry. Sorry, my throat is way too shot to be barking and arooing like a dog right now.
I hope tonight is as fun.
Barker's howl now decreases all enemy stats. That's pretty useful, actually. Oh, is that a phone freaking reference? Interesting. You blow the whistle and the beanstorm goes poof in an instant. A pair of disgustingly dirty boots that are even below your questionable standards for footwear. True to the sign outside, this place does contain some bunk. This soda machine appears to have been broken for a very long time. Whoops, I didn't mean to leave. The animal voice act. Yeah, no, my voice is way too shot from karaoke. Like, I honestly don't know if I can stream for too long tonight because I can't be reading that much with my voice hurt. My throat hurts. These bunk beds are covered in a thick layer of thick dust. This sink isn't even connected to a water source. Must just be decorative. A messy bunch of useless junk sits on this table. The blankets on these bunks are ratty and worn. I cannot decipher the hobo code. An empty, ratty old toolbox. You've avoided bunk beds since childhood when you were admonished not to let the bed bunks bite. This footlocker has a sturdy combination lock on it. Ah, thank you for the Lord Prithee. Good thing I still have Fanta. Man, the fact that I bring up Fanta like every single stream, I feel like it's like I'm not like sponsored or anything. Oh yeah, I just remember another story I was gonna tell about my psychology class. But first, hold on. Let's talk to some NPCs. The break room door is locked. You hear frantic shushing sounds inside.
Hello, is it someone there? Oh, hey, a person! Yep, that's me. Please, you gotta let us out of here. We've been trapped for ages with nothing to eat but beans. Oh, wow, okay, where's the key? Actually, we welded the lock shut so the bean monsters couldn't get us. You'll need Jenkins' head screwdriver to take the hinges off. What kind of screwdriver? Jenkins! It's a sort of an X shape. One of our mechanics invented it. He just got the patent this year. Wow, nice. Yeah, some guy in Oregon named Philip was super mad. Anyways, there should be one in the bunkhouse.
The Jenkins head screwdriver. I'm just like the VTuber from the VTuber anime. I've never actually watched that anime before. No screwdriver here, no screwdriver here. Ah, we got this Jenkins head screwdriver. Instead of being flat like a normal screwdriver, this one has an X-shaped profile. Weird. Remove the door. You unscrew the hinges and pull the door out of its frame. A truly unexpected number of employees flood out of the break room and run away. One of them waves and gives you a thumbs up on his way out of the building. The room smells about how you'd expect after a bunch of people had been trapped for days with nothing to eat but beans, so you prop the door back up over the entryway as sort of a cork. You take a deep breath and search the break room as fast as you can. We got loose fist beans, we got phase beans, and we got rotting soybeans. This car smells unbelievably bad. They call it Chavi instead of an Al. I did not know that. I want to fight these beans fair and square, so I'm gonna fight these beans square and fair. Oh wow, they punch hard. These beans are kind of weak though. But yeah, a fun story about psychology class is that I remember like one of the last assignments we had in that class was we had to choose a psychology. This plaque is for a factory's 1909 Employee of the Year. That's me. No, it isn't. You were 6 years old. But yeah, so, oh, it was a similar thing as the Jenkins. Oh shit, oh my god, what just happened? But yeah, like, towards the end of, the year, our teacher had us do a, what is this? It had us do a assignment where we had to come up with a topic in psychology, and we had to do a research paper on it, and we had to make it like a real like research paper with sources and shit. And obviously me being a 16-year-old freak at the time, I decided to do my research paper on SM. And I ended up digging up sources about like BDSM clubs and stuff to like, I don't even remember what my fucking research topic was. Like my research hypothesis, I don't even remember what it was. I just really wanted to read about BDSM clubs and stuff because I was super interested in it at the time. I think I ended up getting like a 95 on that paper too, so like apparently I did a very good job. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I was such a weird freak back then. This must have been the floor manager's desk. Among the old paperwork and paper clips and paper third things, you find a small brass key. We got a Ford factory key. A small brass key that looks like it could go in a tackle box or filing cabinet, something like that. You unlock the filing cabinet with the little key you found inside the desk. That must be the easiest puzzle in any adventure game ever. You flip through the folders. It looks like they're employee records, but each one has been sealed in its own envelope. They must take employee privacy real seriously around here. Nothing weird or interesting catches your eye. I'm gonna look for my file. What do you mean your file? No, look, you never worked here. Sure I did. You did not. Stop that. Found it. Lydia Walker, see? What in the hell? How are you doing that? We got the Ford employee records envelope. A sealed employee records envelope from the old Ford factory compound, which inexplicably has your name on it. I've worked at a lot of places, it's no big deal. The envelope is firmly sealed, and the Department of Labor regulations demand that employee records envelopes be only opened with the proper tools. That is, an actual letter opener, not just your finger or a butter knife or something. So we can't open it yet. A filing cabinet which is not locked. You've already emptied of its most baffling contents. We were the 6-year-old employee of the month. We do not have a letter opener yet. We will get it next chapter. I didn't mean to right click on OBS. We will get the letter opener next chapter. You get a higher salary if you switch jobs often. Yeah, life hacks. But yeah, no, I have a lot of weird fucking stories like that. Look at a whole stew of bean monsters. Slew, not stew. Like, I remember when I was taking a class in biotechnology. I don't remember if this was sophomore year or junior year. Junior year meaning the 3rd year of high school. Or rather, the 2nd to last year of high school. But yeah, like, I remember... What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I took a biotech class that year, and like, when we learned about like gene splicing and shit, oh man, that got me so fucking excited. I was like, oh my god, they can make cat girls real. Because, you know, I really liked trashy ecchi manga back then, so you can imagine why I was so excited about the idea of gene splicing. An expensive looking toolbox. We got a crescent what? Crescent wand? A magical wrench made to twist the fabric of reality, or at least the parts of fabric of reality that are 32 millimeters in diameter. What the fuck? This is a mysticality weapon? I'll take it. Spray on asbestos. Detect the... Yeah, it's unfortunate. They have a treatment for hunting? That's crazy. Damn. Technology. I'm gonna use the crescent wand. Some kind of complicated gizmo that might be an engine? Since it's the only engine-like thing you've seen around here, it's reasonable gamble that this is what Farina is looking for. We got the souped-up engine. This engine has been souped up. Wait, no, sorry, that's a typo. This engine is being souped up. Let's see. This is either a pile of petrified beans or a statue of a petrified bean. Alright, we got a fertilizer, we got the engine, we got the meteorite and the Drexelstead. Oh, I don't want to do Drexelstead. I don't want to do the Malros house either. I kind of hate both. I kind of hate both of these places. Suppose we got no choice. Yeah, no, there's a lot of crazy, like, genetic disorders that, like, just fucking kills the shit out of you. So it's always good when they find a cure. A notice of repossession from a bank. They've apparently already taken the mailbox. A strange-looking telescope. Stop. No entry to civilians. A worried-looking man, from the military perhaps, stands beside a weird telescope.
Best not to here, civilians, if you care for your safety. Before you lies a horror house. You're before me. Are you saying you are a horror house? Ma'am, you shouldn't need a surveyor's training to see that I'm neither a horror nor a house. What's a horror house? A surveyor's term, forgive me. A horror house is like a haunted house, only real. Haunted houses are real. In all my life, I've never surveyed one. You'll just have to trust me on this one. What makes this a horror house? That house there belongs to a farming family, the Moloroth clan. I should say belonged because they vanished. And I should also have said doesn't belong because that house belongs to the bank. I speak of Jessups and Paddington National, who have commissioned me to assess the value of the house for its resale at auction. Do you know Oskaloosa Bornhill? No, I don't believe I've surveyed her. What's the problem with this house? I'd say the problems with this house began when a meteor from outer space smashed through its roof. And that's why the Moloroths left? It's Moloroths, but no, not at first. 3 months later, the Moloroth clan fled by night and I presume by car. They ran off with no regard for their mortgage, can you imagine? So heartless, so little care for the bank's bottom line like that. Uh-huh. I was thus sent to assess the value of the Moloroth property for the bank, only I'm spooked. What's stopping you from surveying the house?
He shudders.
Listen, I entered the surveyor seminary to avoid the horrors of war, and here they are right on my doorstep, which is that literal doorstep. I've surveyed every state of this great land, and never have I seen things so frightening and mixed up as the abnormalities in that house. I can make no sense of it. What abnormalities? Just, you know, things. Mixed up things. Can you be more specific? No, I don't know how to describe it.
Won't somebody think of the shareholders? Ooh, look outside. Oh, I know about that game. I know about Look Outside. I saw Manly play it. It looks like so much fun, I'm not gonna lie. It is such a cool horror game. I love the body horror in that one.
Why don't I have to take a look? I don't believe you have the eyes of a surveyor. I do. I keep them in a jar. I don't think that's appropriate subject matter for humor. Will you let me in the house, though? But would I let you in the house? I guess it wouldn't do any harm to me. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you the house key, and if somehow you can fix whatever's going on enough for me to carry out my work, you can have 10% of whatever my valuation happens to be. Fair? How much are we talking about? What do you mean? How much is a house worth? Why don't you tell me how much you think a house is worth, and we'll go from there.
Oh yeah, no, I leave comments on Manly videos a lot. I'm a regular audience, so I don't remember my Deltarune comment though. I have to review it.
1 million meat. 1 million? That's ridiculous. Don't you ever pay 1 million anything for a house. No, if I'm right, this house is worth 5,000 meat, which will be a fee of 500 meat for you. What do you say? Sure, I'll take a look at the house.
We got the Moloroth key. This'll get you in that abandoned Moloroth place, or what's left of it.
Good stuff. Good luck. And for your own safety, don't look too closely at anything. You're not a trained surveyor.
The real horror is subcontracting.
What do you think happened to the Malros family? That's not for me to survey, but between you, me, and this theodolite, something strange must have transpired. This was a highly profitable farm. What kind of a name is Malros? I think it's foreign. What country? I don't know. I haven't surveyed abroad. How did the Malros family vanish? I can't say. I wasn't there to survey it.
Survey you soon. Oh yeah, that comment. I mean, I hadn't seen episode 4, chapter 4 by the time that came out, but you know, you never know. You never know what might happen in later chapters. The surveyor's theodolite stands ready to measure the angles of the house. There's a bug on the lens. Let's appraise the bug. Who is to say the value of a bug? Me, I can say. And I value this bug at 8008135 meat. 8,008,135 meat. The bug is thus surveyed and appraised.
I value the bug on your theodolite lens. At what? 8,008,135 meat. I hope you don't think I'm giving you 10% of that. That wasn't the deal.
the Charles Barkley shutting. I unfortunately don't know that reference. The bank probably wants to repossess the hay in this stack. If they had their way, banks would probably take the bail out of everyone's stacks. Hey, look, a stack of something. We got a noodle? The proverbial noodle in the haystack. The bank has likely repossessed the Wells rope and is probably working on the rest. We tie a shadow rope to it. It looks just like a regular rope. That's the way back up if you're really down with being in a small well. Whoa, look at that. We sure got warped. What in the world? Where am I? Let's not do that yet. Actually, let's do that. That's quite the hole. Basketball is banned because of Chaos Dunk. Oh, I think I know what game. I think I know what game you're talking. I think I saw it on Tumblr before. The boxes are empty, but the bank wants them just the same. As you head to the backyard, the surveyor speaks up from behind you.
Sorry, it's against the surveyor code to enter the backyard without permission. You have to go through the front door. That's ridiculous. I don't make the rules. I'm just a stickler for them.
Cute little entryway. It's adorable. You unlock the door and then tosses the key back to the surveyor. What in the world? A bronze plaque on the table is inscribed Mail Ross. In the top drawer you find a large stack of orders for the Malros produce impaled on a spike and a collection of handwritten letters inquiring if the house is for sale, also impaled on a spike. A note from Nabby Malros to order some more spikes for mail. The music is pretty good. I know naught about it, so... Well, you're not supposed to cry over spilled milk. Spilled chowder is another thing entirely. Ooh. Quite a fine piece of furniture. The farm must have been doing quite well before its ruination by meteor and subsequent abandonment. Each of us is but a chess piece on a board if you think about it. Yes. And which are you? I am... I am the little shrimp. I don't know what concept. The game nears its end, but it's not yet over. And the fate of the little shrimp is yet to be written. If that's an ear of corn, it's a full corn man must be ridiculous. The only light left working in the room. The other bulb must have vanished with the Malroses. An odd location for an even odder rotation of a refrigerator. We got a gallon jug of bitters. Only thing in the refrigerator is a massive jug of bitters. Bitters don't really need to be kept cold, so it's a lucky thing this refrigerator is not working. Yeah, it's a portal maze, which is what makes this segment so fucking annoying. I like mazes, but portals not so much. It's not that I dislike portals, I just don't like it when portals are in mazes. They want to live in the YouTube poop world. Ah! Curiously colossal cabbages, grotesquely giant garlic, and an enormous egg. Ah! One of Will Hunter's fences. At this point, it's not your job to paint them. The picket, you painted it. The wormhole is too high to reach. Empty. Perhaps the dog has been sent to live at the bank upstate. These wormholes have made a real dog's dinner of the dog's dinner. And a pot that a pig's in. Hello, sir. Snarf. Didn't I see you in my hunter's dream? Snarf. Looking at the back of the house, the fourth wall you might say, you can see that it's broken. You can see signs of where a big gash has been covered over with new siding. Go to the front of the house. Ah, I got permission to enter the backyard, I see. Break the light. Our rock just gets sucked into the wormhole. The snort of something pig. Ah! Though it might be convenient to have a shortcut to the kitchen, taking it has ruined your appetite. There we go. We managed to break this light, and therefore we shrunk the wormhole. If this is the bank's house, the bank can do the dishes. Farm home, sweet farm home. A telegraph machine is upside down. Could be an Australian model. There's a new telegram. Ammon, do not abandon house. Stop. Stay on the property ladder. Stop. This direct order from your papa. Stop. AKA the main Malros. Ah! Not again. Ah, no! That's not what I meant. Oh, it just takes me back here. Despite the disarray, this is a really magnificent I almost said foyer designed, if you're not mistaken, in the style of architect David S. Foyer. Yeah, no, these wormholes are way stronger than the worms. A used sheet of memo paper is tucked under the telephone. Someone has written the name and telephone number of the local dog pound, but someone else has crossed out that last pound and put dad pound. Alright, that's dial the dad pound. That's probably not a real place. It is, let's call it. The receiver falls apart in your hand, and with it, your hopes of speaking to a dad pound. We got a fuse. This probably isn't good for the value of the house. Diplomacy, huh? Where'd you go, Malros family? Let's go up to the second floor. A ladder, just out of reach. They say a woman's reach should exceed her grasp, but that's not helpful advice when it comes to ladders. Damn, the ladder's just too high up. Perhaps if you double jump, but no. No, it's never been done. It can't be done. Let's do a double jump. Terrific. The vibrations caused by your double landing have loosened the ladder from its restraints. We have become Brazilian. A note is pinned directly above the crate, bringing it to the attention of anyone using the crate. Gardener, after your chores today, lock the bathroom door and melt down the key in the kitchen. It is unconscionable to me that any man but a Malora should call this glorious house his home. What? The Malorasas left in such a hurry they forgot their large collection of attic plates. Yellowed newspapers tell the story of the Maloras family. 3 months ago, a meteorite struck this farmhouse at which resided Ammon and Nabby Maloras, their sons Gardner and Little Honus, and the family dog Clifford. The Maloras's business greatly prospered immediately following this episode. Ah! 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 I would like to visit Brazil someday. We take the music box. We got a spooky music box. All the desk drawers disappeared along with the Malorasas. All the drawers except one. You find some spare meat in what appears to be an unfinished letter to a men's magazine. Dear editors, I write to inquire what advice you possess on maintaining a healthy marriage when the dog is too big. Our dog is becoming larger by the day, which may require us to relinquish the marital bedroom so that the hound might have a home appropriate to his size. My wife considered this suggestion to be very strange, but it ends there. Yeah, no, I mean, it would be cool to, like, visit Brazil for vacation, you know? It's a big mirror. This must be the meteorite and the source of all this wormhole's trouble. Best not get too close. You don't have time to get caught in an infinite loop of falling between two wormholes. I'll grab it later. Ah, no! Fuck. A rope prevents access to Omar's covetable drawers. We got a length of rope. Now, what contraband could a farm boy have been hiding in the most secret places of an armoire? Aha, this farm boy to whom the armoire belongs to has used the top drawer to stash his most shameful possessions, magazines on urban planning. The magazines make fascinating reading and you'll never plan a city the same way again. I would like to go to South America sometimes. What quite an unusual bed frame arrangement. That key, that door's locked. Let's unlock it with the cursed key. The cursed key rides into your hand until it finds a shape that fits the lock. Hell yeah. This sink is helpfully free of outer space nonsense. This toilet is so broken it has been disconnected from the plumbing. This is so far away from where a couch should be. A brand new bathtub. No Maloras ever got a chance to use it. Not so fast. New bathtubs are like store-bought clothes. They should be washed before they're used. Let's wash it. With what? An even larger bathtub that you have to get delivered new and itself unwashed? That's impossible. You'd need an even ever larger series of bathtubs. Oh, really? It's called Bath's Paradox. Who? Roland Baths, the philosopher? He's only 13, but already has some interesting ideas about baths and tubs. Let's use the bathtub. But the paradox! Let's just use it. Whoops. The Bath's Paradox has blew up the tub. The resistance would probably... Oh yeah, that's true. The air resistance would probably mess things up, huh? Man, Sim City. I remember back when I was a kid, the game that my brother was playing was Tropico 4. What an old game. The supply closet's still empty. This is such a weird hallway. the design of this house is so weird. You come up to the second floor, you enter here, and there's a bathroom here, and then you go out, and then there's a hallway here. Why is the bathroom like in between two hallways? And then you go through this here, and then why are we back here? Wait, where's the portals? Oh, the meteorite stopped? Oh. If you close this, the meteorite eventually gets so weak that it stops. I didn't know that. Skim City. Anyways, we still need the portals, because we need the portals to actually navigate around the house. Which is kind of funny when you put it that way, you know? But like, we literally need the portals to navigate the house, because this house makes no fucking sense. The space-time abnormalities actually makes it navigable is the funny thing. Where's the pig? The pig's gone. I need to get to that toilet. In order to get to that toilet, I need to... Oh man, you know what I should have done? I should have left this, I should have left the windows boarded up. God damn it. I don't know if I can reach that toilet now. Which means I might not be able to... I mean, I already have the flush all toilets achievement, so I'm not too terribly worried, but... Man, I wanted to flush that toilet. I know that sounds weird, but... I really wanted to flush that toilet. A terrible architect, and then you get to blame your work on freaky plots. Honestly, the portals make this place easier to... Ah! Where the fuck even am I? I'm so lost. I wanted to flush the toilet. This is an achievement for flushing every toilet in the game. I already have it, so I'm not too worried, but I wanted to flush this toilet. What? That one just throws me out? Fuck. Ah! What? Where's the toilet? Where's the... What? Oh, hold on. There's a thing here. There's a name sewn on the knapsack. Little Honus Malaros. Inside is a straw doll ballooned to enormous proportions. It's too large to extract from the knapsack. Aha! The eldest child gets the bed with the pillow. There's a letter taped to the desk. From the desk of Little Holness. If you are the outer spaceman who blessed this family with your meteor present, please know that we did not abandon it lightly. We will forever be grateful for the gift of your abundance, good spaceman. But as our crops have grown, so too has our dog Clifford. He is too large even for the house, and so we have decided as a family to find a new and bigger home. I hope you understand. I also hope you could send a letter for me that I did not have time to take to the post office. I have left it in my pillow. Thank you, Spaceman. Best wishes, Little Honus. Yeah, if you haven't gotten it, it's a Clifford the Big Red Dog reference. We got a Malros letter. Luckily, there's only one pillow to search or you'd be here all day. It's a letter from Little Honus Malros of the Malros Place addressed to Mary Pleiss of the Pleiss Place. From the bed of Little Honus. Dear Mary, as I warned might happen at our last cornfield rendezvous, Clifford has finally become too big for the house. Rather than surrender him to the pound, we are all going to live in the ocean. Therefore, we must pause our relationship. I know it is not the first time you have heard this excuse from a suitor, and I hope this does not damage your capacity for trust. I have asked an outer spaceman to deliver you this letter. If he gives you any trouble, I have weapons left in my Marcus Aurelius. Yours, Little Honus. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? What do you mean live in the ocean? A bookcase contained 1 copy of Marcus Aurelius and 39 more copies of Marcus Aurelius. You're surprised the bookcase hasn't been pulled into a wormhole next to it. Where would it end up? As Little Honus implied in his letter, one of his copies of Marcus Aurelius is hollowed out and conceals a weapon. It's a huge brick. It appears that all the books are hollowed out and contains huge bricks. What? What the fuck? You remove the bricks from the books. A pile of just smaller than book-sized bricks. You're surprised the book... Let's push the bookcase. 40 bricks. Ah! Toilet room! If you ever want to see what you look like with a taste of stalagmite on your chin, this is your chin. No, don't suck me away. No. Thankfully, this toilet only has a normal kind of hole. We flushed it. This box appears to have been labeled with arcane script, possibly an eldritch in origin. Oh wait, no, it's just upside down. Hold on, I need to... Where's my fishing rod? Fishing it. We fished up a self-referential bit of plumbing. We got a Mobius pipe. An endless torrent of sewage, forever flowing, never draining. How beautiful. Oh, is this where that connects to? Oh, it is. Cool. Well, we managed to flush the toilet, so that's pretty good. The bookcase is blocking the light from the window behind it. Alright, let's finally get that meteorite. Finally at rest. You gingerly pick up the pieces of space debris and keep it carefully in the darkest part of your inventory. Got the Molarized meteorite. Molarite? This little chunk of space rock brims with paranormal potential. Opens a wormhole above an enemy and put under an anvil somewhere, dealing twice your muscle and physical damage. Let's look at what that looks like in combat. God, this place's construction makes no fucking sense. This is just a tiny hallway here. Huh, what a strange choice to put this bathroom on the ground floor. Shouldn't it be next to the primary bedroom? I don't know, I like it. Once you remove the meteorite, you cannot access this room. There's no way you can access the toilet once you retrieve the meteorite. You literally need the meteorite in order to access the toilet, which is kind of funny. And of course, there's nothing at the bottom of the well. Hold on, I want to see the meteorite in combat, so I'm gonna get in a fight. I'm gonna fight. Tiny, that is true. That is more normal than the infinite hallway. Alright, where is my meteorite? I'm gonna deal 18 physical damage to you. That sure is an anvil. That's so anticlimactic. We destroyed some puckwudgies. Alright, enough of the meteorite nonsense. Before I talk to you, bank surveyor, I'm gonna go turn in this meteorite. Yeah. The fish was the most anticlimactic one. And then you hear a deep moo sound that reverberates through your guts all the way down to the colon, and slowly you turn around. That field was empty before. Now, it contains an entire herd of black wounds in space, each one in the shape of a cow. In the middle of them, a shadow cowbell hangs silently on a post. Let's milk them. You drift through the herd. They do not question your presence. At your touch, the bell tolls, a terrible wave of silence flowing outward. Liquid runs cold. The bell fills. We got Shadow Milkshake. Alright, Mallrats, I got your rock.
Been by the Mallrats place yet? I don't need the whole meteorite, by the way. I'm no space hog. Just asking for a little piece. I got the meteorite.
Oskaloosa whistles.
Humbling, ain't it, to hold the soil of the heavens in your hand. Now, you heard me say I wasn't a space hog, and I stick by that. A little piece is all I need.
Oskaloosa tears off a chunk of the meteorite with her teeth and hands it back to you.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Oskaloosa spits out a tooth.
Never mind.
We got an Oskaloosa puzzle box. Oskaloosa gave you this complicated task to perform as a reward for performing a complicated task for her. Increases your mysticality by your muscles.
Solve that, by the way. I reckon now there's not a jail on the earth that can hold me. Do yourself a favor and figure out how it works. My way of saying thanks.
Guess you're welcome.
If it ain't my fellow pilgrim of the stars. Hey there. Why is the back door locked? It's not. Yes, it is. Quantum mechanics. The door is only locked when it is observed. How do I open it then? I'm not a quantum mechanic. Think you could let me into the back door? For you, I reckon I could.
Oskaloosa raps a jaunty little tune on the door, and you hear the bar slide back. See you around, Oskaloosa. You can make Earth so true. You enter the darkened back room. A man is standing behind a desk, poring over a messy array of books and maps. He looks up and glares at you as you enter.
Who the devil are you? Hi, I'm Lydia Walker.
Okay, but the implied second half of that question was, what the hell are you doing in my office?
I don't actually know, but the people outside let me in.
Well, if they vetted you, you must be okay. Name's Jasper. You signing up to help with our mission?
What mission is that?
We're blowing up Hellstrom's oil refinery, that's what.
Oh, wow.
This must be Jasper's cat.
What's your cat's name?
Abby.
Why'd you name her twice?
Because I don't let society tell me what to do. Jasper has quite a collection of subversive literature here. You look through the titles until you find the appropriate sort of anarchy for your abilities. You figured he'd want you to steal it. We got anarchy through spirituality. This book was written by an eco-terrorist as she drifted into a middle-aged flower child phase. Gathered cheese. Your next mysticality attack does twice the damage. You read the book ignoring the dated cultural references and learn some newfangled hippie meditation techniques. There's an appendix in the back that contains additional mantras if you've got the patience to memorize them. If you do, gather cheese chi, or kai, will also increase your mysticality by 3. Become one with the cheese. Just like Fritz the cat. French cultivation. So true. You add hundreds of mantras to what you ironically refer to as your arsenal of peace. Unfortunately, the last mantra you memorized apparently took up the mind space you were using to keep track of the book, and you misplaced it. Om mani padme hum. We have a new skill. It's a map of Gray County with various different locations marked in various ways. This poster looks out of place.
Hey Jasper, what does AARP stand for? Association of Anarchists, Rebels, and Pirates. Neat.
So like these guys, like everyone here is literally just like a bunch of old anarchists trying to blow up an oil refinery. A bench covered with dangerous looking hardware. It looks like Jasper isn't screwing around. Oh, I don't have anarchist hardware to be making bombs. Jasper is poring over his mission plans.
What's our mission status, Jasper?
They'll learn our peaceful ways by force.
Gwendolyn's all set to spring the gate. Xenia's armed and dangerous. Well, it's only a little more dangerous than usual, I guess. Oscalusa's confident she can get us into the inner sanctum. Including me, that's only 4 out of 7 of us ready to go. I don't feel great about that. Anything you can do to help prepare? Yeah, go talk to the others. They'll tell you what they need. They'll probably be cagey about why, despite you being on the team now. Don't push them on it. We take OffSec real serious around here, and talking about the mission in public is strictly off limits.
Hey Farina, I got the engine.
Hey, fantastic. Thanks a million, kid. I can't wait to get this baby installed. About the engine I brought you. Yeah? I should probably warn you. Watch out for the little plastic whistles. Oh, the 5700 hertz tone? Yeah, that's no problem. This engine will drown that sound right out. Makes a lot of noise, huh? Yeah, hilarious noise.
What the fish doing? Hey Grover. Got your fertilizer.
Oh, perfect. This will be plenty. Thanks for your help. Sure, no problem. I probably ought to get back to my garden. But maybe just one more game first. Still got plenty of time.
Oh, farina means flour in Italian? I didn't know that. That's interesting.
What's the fertilizer for? No, you know, just your typical and normal fertilizer type activities. Like gardening? Sure, gardening, sure.
He really needs that nitrogen, you know? Alright, how many side quests do we have left? Oh, we just gotta get Iola's milk from the Drexelstead. And then we also have the old ham mill left to do. I think my voice is starting to give out though. My throat is really sore and I don't think I can keep streaming. So, I think I need to call it a day for here. Maybe I'll take some more of that medicinal cough drop I've been using. Because wow, my poor throat, it really needs some rest. Alright, thank you all for watching tonight. Have a good night, everybody. Bye bye.